Okay. See, role, see, she said recording was not done. There are three types of security: row level security, object level security, and dynamic row level security. Now let us discuss about row level and object, the dynamic row level security. The advantage of this one is we are going to limit the users to view only the data which they intend to see. And we filters restrict the data at the row level, and you define filters within roles. So what we can do is we create a role, and then in that role we can restrict the data, okay, for the specific role, and then we deploy the report to the Power BI cloud service, and then you add members to that role in Power BI service, test the roles in Power BI service. Guys, remember, once you define the row level security in your Power BI desktop, if you want to test it, you can test it only on the cloud. Now only the cloud is coming into picture. I just show you, how we can implement this quickly. Let us use the remaining 12 minutes effectively. Look here. This is the file. You remember this. If you don't remember this file, right, you can watch my video later point. Supposing after a week, let's say they scheduled an interview for you. And if you want to refresh what exactly row level security, how to implement it, you can, when you play the video, you will see the file name. These file names are available in my website. Don't worry. Okay. Look here. This is, how to create the visualization, right? Simply, I use the same, only two simple tables, calendar and sales W04 in this report file. Sales by subcategory, just drag and look here in the x-axis subcategory. If you select this visual, on the right side, just beneath the visual, you can see that, what columns that I used it. In the x-axis, I use the subcategory. In the y-axis, I use the sales. Fine. But in this case, I use the visual, this visual, right? So this is nothing but your, this visual. This is the one got selected now. Yeah. This is basically a stacked bar chart or stacked column chart. Yeah, stacked column chart. Fine. This chart, type of the chart, and what axis, which column that I use it for which column, you can see it by selecting this one, right? You need to look at these three places to understand the data comes from which source. You can see it. And if you keep the cursor over here, you can see the sales W04. This is the one I've been talking repeatedly in almost all the sessions. Okay. Fine. We created three reports. Fine. And if you see here, the region, all the region data are displaying it here. The senior management, they have some concern. Hey guys, why you are showing all the region sales to everyone? Don't expose everything to everyone. Okay, enforce some security. So what we are doing is we are creating the row level security. And what is the first step here? The first step is filters, right? Restrict the data at the row level, and you define filters within roles. We need to create a role here. First step is create a role. How do I create a role here? I just go to the modeling tab here, ribbon. I just clicked on this. You have something called manage roles. To implement row level security, click on the modeling tab. In the modeling tab, you will find manage roles. Click on the manage roles. And then you define the role here. How do I define the role here? For example, I already defined these roles. If you click on create here, look here I just say VP sales. Okay. VP sales, maybe, right, different vice presidents are there for different regions, but he is a VP sales, general VP sales. Or, he's let's say, north, south VP. Is the, VP for vice president for these two regions. Okay. So now, okay. So I just click on create and give whatever the name that you wanted. Give some meaningful name for the role. For example, I just like this, right? Like this, I created central already. Click on create and then I typed central. Okay. And then what you do is, it will list all the tables, whatever you use it in a report. In this case, thank God we are using only two tables. Fine. And the calendar table, we are not going to do anything. The name of the role is central. Okay, I just click on the sales table. And then here what I did, I just clicked on these three dots, and here I just selected region. Click on region here. So what will happen is when you click on region, the region will get copied. Region space value. In this value you put central, because this is the value stored in your table column region as central. You understood? I just show you here. See here, in the sales W04 table, there is a column called region. In the region column, you will find 4 region name here. Okay, this is the one. These are not getting selected. I don't know. It's hanging. Okay, now it got selected, sales W04. Okay, here we have a column called region. Where is the region? This is the region. Look here, when I select this one, you can see all the regions. But we don't want to give access to all the regions to the central. Those people have central roles. Okay, though let's say person A and person B. And person C, person D, A, B, C, D, 4 persons are there. But we want to create a role which is specific to person A and person B only. 2 persons, A, B, if I assign it to a common role called central, only this role will get applied to those guys, 2 guys. Those A, person A and employee A and employee B, they can view only the central region related data, full stop. What we are doing is we are creating one role. That role we are assigning to more than one person. The real-time scenario, if you see, many employees are working in a company, right? We create one role and we are assigning a single role to more than one person. But in this case, we have many regions are there. We create. So what we do is we come up with at least 3 or 4 roles, or you can decide how many roles that you needed. For example, if I go here, central region, central, like this is a role name. Don't confuse with the region name. Okay, for us to for the sake of example and for you to understand it, I use this name central. The role name is central, and then I selected this table. Right click on it, add filter, and then region. I clicked on it. When I clicked on region, what happened? Value came. Look here, I just deleted. I'll create it fresh. Region equal to, I know very well what value is there in this column. What value we have seen it? Central was there. You remember the data view I shown you, right? Central region. So those people, let's let's in this call we have Abhinaya and we have Jigar is there, right? Satya is there. Okay. So what I do is I created this role, and in this role, I've created a filter called central here, region equal to central. So if I assign this role to Satya and Abhinaya, they should be able to view only central region related data. Full stop. Similarly, north region. When I click on the north region, this is the role name, and select this table. In this table, we have to select the column. Which column you want to? Region column. The same way, region equal to. In this case, I have mentioned central, here north. Those people with north region role assigned, they will be able to see only the north related data. And same thing is, forget about OLS security and south region. If I click on this region equal to south, region is column name that is available in this table. South is the value that is available as part of this column region. This column region is available as part of this table. Got it? So those people I assign, for example, Soumya and Srilata is there, right? So for them, if I assign the south region, the role, they both of them should be able to access only south region related data in the report. Okay. So now we created the role. Fine. The next question is, sir, I have a situation wherein this guy should be given access to both south as well as the north region. So click on the nothing, great here. Click on the 3 dot, and then you go here and you select the column name region. And what I do is I just copy paste this and then pipe symbol, and then I use it here, more than one. Okay, so region here is, okay, what is that? North. Here I'm going to specify south. That's all. That means though the Soumya and Sri, they should be able to, let's if I assign this to those two employees, they should be able to view the north region as well as the south region's data. Other central and central region data, they will not be able to access it. Okay, fine. We have defined the role. Step 1, go to the modeling ribbon, click on the manage roles, define the role, and specify the filtering condition. That's all. Now, how do I test it? Look here, you have something called view as. Click on the view as, and I'm going to select the central. Look here, in this visual, all the regions are displaying, right? And what I do is, whether this role central is filtering only central region related data or not. So for that, I selected central here, click on OK. Look at this one, only central. All the visuals shows only central region related data. Now Satya and Abhinaya can see only the central region related data in this visual. Other region, they are not allowed to view it. Right. Okay, now you tested it. You want to test other role. What can I do? You just click on the stop viewing and then go back to view as. You can test it here itself. Okay, I told you only in cloud you can test it. Here also you can test it. Okay. The next one is the south region. If I click on OK, only the south region related data will get refreshed. Okay. So now we have created the roles and we have tested whether each roles are correctly filtering the appropriate data. The next one is we need to assign this role to users. Where I can assign these roles to the users. So for that, you click on the home. Now only we are going to the cloud. Look here, you have the button called publish. So you have created report. This report is available only in your laptop. If you want to share this report, you need to save this report and send it via email. It is not safe, right? So what we are doing is we publish the report to the cloud by clicking on the publish button. When I click on this, what will happen is, look here, you want to save the report? Yes, I just clicked on it. And then when I look here, now it got connected to my Power BI cloud. So what is my Power BI? Look here, this is what? app.powerbi.com. For example, if you type app.powerbi.com, this is your cloud service. Power BI cloud. So here I have the login credentials. Okay, forget about login. So once you create the login credentials, fine. But one problem with this one is you need to use your official email ID. I hope all of you are working in Office, right? You can go and use your Office email ID to create this one here. Okay, once you, forget about this one. Okay, so let's say you signed up here. I just logged in here. So what happened here is when I clicked on publish here, this button, it got connected to this cloud. In this cloud, look here, I have different workspaces are available. Look here, we have something workspace. Don't worry, I'll explain you, each and everything. Workspace, different workspace is nothing but it's kind of a folder. Okay. So already created a folder by the name of dev order. Okay. And what I do is I just click on dev sandbox. This is a folder on cloud. That's all here. You just think that way. Okay, what I do is I just select the dev sandbox folder, which is nothing but the workspace. I publish my local report to the cloud. So workspace. In my cloud, I have a folder called the folder called dev sandbox. This is where I publish it. What is my report name? EX row level security. And then I just refresh it and see whether the published report is listed here. It should be listed here. When you click on the publish button, what will happen is, look here, we don't have any error, success, it got successfully published on cloud. When you publish this report, along with this report, the data also get published automatically. Got it? The next one is, what is this file name? EX row level. Look here, EX row level security got published successfully. So what is today's date? 17/11. Month date, US format. And this is 10:51. What is the time now? 10:51. Perfect. The report got published on cloud. Along with this report, the corresponding data also got published on cloud. So now what you need to do is you just click on the report, and you can see the report, whatever you developed it here. And this report, once you give access to this one to other users, they should be able to see it. So, okay, what is the big deal? Fine. You can see the same report, whatever you see it on cloud, you can see it here. And I just click on back. And if you come down here, this is my look here. 2 files are there. This is for report. The chart which you're seeing, this is a report. And if you see like this is your data. Along with the report, the data also got published automatically. So in the data file of this report, you just come here, click on the 3 dots, which is nothing but ellipses. And then you will find something called security. Click on the security. Look here, whatever the roles we defined it, right? Central and north region. Look here, these are the one we created it. Yeah, right. So look here and manage roles. The central 5 roles, all the 5 roles are visible here. After obviously the roles are also part of this report, not only the visuals, right? So even this one also is visible now. So what you need to just go to the central. Next to that, you can see 3 dots. Click on these 3 dots, test as role. Central region, we selected. Look here, central region only got filtered. Perfect, right? So now I just go back here. And test the north region. Only the north region data will get filtered. Okay, north region. Very good. So we tested the same in Power BI Desktop and cloud also tested. It's all fine. The roles are working perfectly fine. The thing is, the point is, okay, I create the role. So where can I assign this role to the user? Click on this role here. Then you need to specify your employee's email ID. For example, here I have something called Robert at deepneuron.in. So I'm going to assign this role to this guy and then click on add. Look here, that's it, save. So what happens is Robert at deepneuron. With that script, so look here, currently I'm into support at deepneuron.in. Okay. And when Robert log into the Power BI cloud service using his credentials, Robert at deepneuron.in, and his password, if he logs in, you will be able to see only the central region related data, because I just clicked on it and I entered the email ID of the Robert. Similar, right? So this is how. See, now I just summarize the steps here so that you'll be able to understand. With this, I'm going to wrap up. The first step is create the role. Create the role under modeling tab. Okay, so here you need to say manage roles, right? Create a role, create the roles using manage roles. Under modeling tab. Next step is specify the filters, right? Filters for each role. So region equal to central, region equal to north, right? Specify the filters for each region. See, it's not only for region, you can use it for any column. Country, if you want to, restrict based on the country, you instead of selecting the region column, you can specify country column. Country equal to United States. So in that case, once you assign that role to all the employees working in US, the US people, when they log in with their email ID, they should be able to see only the United States related data. Okay, fine. What is this next step? And then test the roles by clicking on the view tab, the view as, and then the fourth step is publish the report on cloud. And the next step is test the roles on cloud. And the next step is assign the role, assign the role, uh, assign the roles to the appropriate users, appropriate users email ID. That's all, guys. 6 steps. So we are left with 2 minutes. Okay. And okay, I don't want to continue with the dynamic row level security. I will explain it in the tomorrow session. Anyhow, tomorrow, good that we have a session so that there will be a continuity. Don't miss out tomorrow's session. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover the cloud related everything. Okay. And then we'll see the dashboard, everything. Okay. Tomorrow, dynamic row level security. And this one, I'm going to complete it. If possible, incremental refresh also, I'll complete tomorrow itself. We are done with everything. If I complete it as I planned it, okay, tomorrow itself, okay. And the next week, Tuesday and Thursday, we'll start with the SQL Server. So these are the steps that you need to follow in the case of role level security. In the interview, they'll ask you what is role level security. Using role level security, we can restrict the users to view the data which they intend to see it. That's it. Okay, what are the steps that are involved? That's all here. So it's not a big deal, right? It's not a rocket science. Very easy to say. So I'm going to end the